Hello, my name is Sasa and welcome to my channel. I make sewing, cooking, and cosplay related videos, and today I'm doing a tutorial on how to make armbands. I made these for the character Mutsu from Gintama. I'm using fake black leather for the outer material, and the lining fabric is a polycotton. To make the pattern, I wrapped my arm with plastic wrap, and then I used green painter's tape and taped my arm. Afterwards, I took a Sharpie and drew on the armband directly onto my arm. I cut the tape off my arm and then I trimmed it. And I traced it onto paper. And then on this paper, I added the seam allowance. So everything is cut out, and make sure you reverse it because you have a right and left arm. I'm using some cord elastic to attach to your middle finger when you're wearing it. You can also use a hair tie, which is great because you can get different colors. So when I had the tape on my arm, I marked the position of where my middle finger was, and I transferred that onto the paper. So now I want to line up the elastic with those lines. So you can't pin the elastic, so you can use a clip to help you. I use a sewing machine to baste it in place. You can also hand stitch it because it's easier to hold. Since the fake leather has a little bit of a stretch to it, I decided to add an interlayer, which is just going to be on the inside, and it's just basic polycotton. So I baste that to one side first. And then with right sides together, I clip them together and I sew around with a 1 centimeter seam allowance. And you leave the bottom side open. So next you clip the curves and you flip it right side out. So it's best not to directly iron the fake leather, so I put a towel in between to protect it. You can also test the iron out on some scrap fabric to make sure you don't burn it accidentally. To find the position of the wrist tab, I check it with the pattern where I made the markings. So now I sew the Velcro to the lining. And you want to check the seam allowance so the Velcro doesn't get stuck. So I baste the wrist tab to the main body. So I take the lining and with the right sides together, I clip them together. So you want to start sewing at the opposite end of where the Velcro is. So that means your opening will be on that side. It's important because when you wear the wristband, the top stitching will not be visible. So next you trim the corners and you can flip it right side out. I use a chopstick to help make the corners more pointy. Make sure you don't push too hard because you can make a hole. I stitch the opening shut. If you prefer the look, you can top stitch all the way around the armband, but this is your personal preference. The last step is to sew on the Velcro. So you want to check the alignment with the other side. You can try it on to check if it's too tight or too loose, and then you can adjust the Velcro. If my videos and tutorials helped you create something, please tag me. I would love to see your work. Please check out my channel for playlists on cooking, sewing, cosplay, and other tutorials. You can support me by buying me an online coffee, which is a donation of increments by $3, or you can buy anything from my Etsy shop. It's all handmade by me. I really appreciate your support. Thank you so much. I hope you have fun with your projects. Bye bye!